Hello, Strawbridge. I'm Lindsay Smith, your pastor of music and worship, and today we are continuing our Midweek Connection mini-series on the hymns of Charles Wesley. Today's hymn is number 438 in the hymnal, Forth in Thy Name, O Lord, I Go. This hymn articulates beautifully the idea that all our work can and should bring honor to God. It's a great hymn to sing at the end of worship as we prepare to go back into the world and share the love of God in word and deed. Scripture references abound in the hymns of the Wesleys and can often infer a link to a passage without a direct quotation. This hymn reminds me of James 1, verse 22, where we are told that we are to be doers of the word, not merely hearers of it. In the first verse, Charles's text brings to mind several passages from the epistles, including 1 Peter chapter 4, verse 11. Whoever speaks must do so as one speaking the very words of God. Whoever serves must do so with the strength that God supplies, so that God may be glorified in all things through Jesus Christ. Let me sing a few verses for you. Forth in Thy name, O Lord, I go, my daily labor to pursue. Thee, only Thee, resolve to know, in all I think, or speak, or do. The task Thy wisdom hath assigned, oh, let me cheerfully fulfill. In all my works Thy presence find, and prove Thy good and perfect will. For Thee delightfully employ whate'er Thy bounteous grace hath given, and run my course with even joy, and closely walk with Thee to heaven. The second and the last verses encourage us to view our daily labor as a God-given assignment that we should complete with joy. Whether that work is changing diapers, working in the service industry, laboring in the heat, calculating trips to Mars, or any of the jobs that we might hold, whether we like them or not. Wesley calls us to find God's presence in our daily tasks, which reminds me of a great book called Practicing the Presence of God by Brother Lawrence. In this book, a 17th century friar, Brother Lawrence, shares his wisdom, saying, "The most holy and important practice in the spiritual life is the presence of God. That is, every moment to take great pleasure that God is with you." In another of my favorite quotes from this short but powerful book, Brother Lawrence says, "It is not necessary to have great things to do. I turn my little omelet in the pan for the love of God." Wesley is encouraging us to offer our labor to God as a joyful offering, doing all that we do for the love of Christ. This week, while we are doing dishes or laundry or cleaning up from the storm, or perhaps we're feeling overwhelmed with all of the workloads that are upon us, let's take a moment to remind ourselves that all our work can be done to honor and love God. And then let's give God our labor, whatever that may be, as an offering of joy.